Welcome into 9 News at 5:30. I'm Mark Salinger. We'll get you right back out to Empower Field in just a couple of minutes to continue our Broncos coverage. But first, we're continuing to follow the latest out of Minnesota and the death of Alex Preddy. Preddy was killed by federal immigration agents on Saturday. His parents live here in Colorado. His death marks the second person that federal officers have killed in Minneapolis in less than 3 weeks. The other is Renee Good, who is from here in Colorado Springs. Witnesses shared their accounts of what happened, while protesters say that enough is enough. Jessica Hart has the latest from Minneapolis.
Sounds no one wants to hear, and gas no one wants to breathe, has once again consumed Minneapolis.
None of this is okay. None of this is okay. This should not be happening.
It's got to stop. I don't know how it's going to stop.
Sandra Boswell.
I've lived 57 years, almost 58 years, and I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Heard what led to this.
So I'm crossing 27th and I hear gunshots, and a lady came running down the street and grabbed me and hugged me, and they tear gassed her. I went down the street and he was laying in the street. He was laying at the bus stop, and there was no chance because there were so many holes in blood, and I think it's wrong. I hope he wasn't scared, and I hope he went to heaven right away.
Saturday morning, Alex Preddy was shot and killed by federal agents.
Seeing that man like that is wrong. You can't go around shooting people.
Yesterday felt like a little bit of positivity with the protests and all the turnout, and then you wake up this morning and it's all just torn right out from under you again. So just can't take it anymore.
All of these people couldn't take it anymore either, which is why they came to the scene and why Sandra shared her story.
Something's got to stop. I don't know what. I don't know how we're going to stop this, but it's got to stop.
A federal judge in Minnesota is ordering the Trump administration to preserve evidence related to Saturday's shooting as it relates to the Border Patrol agent who was involved. Minnesota state officials filed a lawsuit against DHS officials and other agencies alleging that evidence was taken from the scene of the shooting. The state sought a temporary restraining order that would prohibit federal officers from destroying evidence. A judge granted a temporary restraining order prohibiting federal officials from, quote, destroying or altering evidence, including, quote, evidence that defendants and those working on their behalf removed from the scene and or evidence that defendants have taken into their exclusive custody. DHS did not immediately respond to a request for comment sent last night about that lawsuit, and a hearing is scheduled on the matter for tomorrow in Minnesota federal court. Senate Democrats are now threatening a partial government shutdown over the shooting there in Minneapolis. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said Democrats will block a government spending bill that includes funding for Homeland Security. Both of Colorado's Democratic senators, Michael Bennet and John Hickenlooper, had already come out as no votes on that funding even before the shooting. They also condemned the killing of Alex Preddy this weekend. Bennet called it murder. Senate Republicans need at least 7 or 8 Democrats to vote with them, but the odds of that happening now are low before Friday. The vote for that funding bill will happen later this week. An investigation continues after one man was shot at an apartment complex here in Aurora, back here in Colorado. Police say this happened last night around 9 near Elkhart Way, not far from Settlers Park. Police say there was an argument at an apartment complex. One person was shot and taken to the hospital. No word on their condition, but police are still looking for the people involved. One person was seriously injured in an apartment fire in Aurora this morning. Aurora Fire Rescue first posted just after 6 this morning that crews were working on a fire at an apartment complex near East Mississippi Avenue. That's just east of I-225. One person inside the unit was rescued and taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Aurora Fire Rescue says the fire was kept to one unit but caused major damage. The person living there is now displaced. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.